welcome to the 29 WIP Parade. So I'm Zakiya. I always want to say your host. I'm the only one here. So my name is Zakiya, and this is the Ladywing Stitches Floss Tube. Like I said, I wanted to film a separate video for my WIP Parade for 2019. So don't get excited. You guys will know this because you can see the time already. It won't be crazy long. If it takes 2 hours for people with 90 WIPs to do one, like, I should be fine. I have not even 20. So yeah, this is gonna be way, no offense against them because I love the long videos, but it's gonna be way quicker than that. Yeah, so I'm going to show you all of my WIPs that I'm starting with in 2019. Today is Tuesday, January the 29th, 2019, so obviously I've already been working on stuff, so this is not like some crazy back in time, here's where I would, like, no. I'm just going to show them to you as they are now. I have finished a couple projects. I will show those because I want to do this as if it was from the start of the year, so that I can look back and be like, this is what I started with in January. But you know, obviously they'll already be finished. What else was I gonna say? Anything that's been started since the beginning of the month, I'm gonna show those because they're technically WIPs now. I think that's all I wanted to say. Oh, I didn't do the other intro stuff, so let me run through that real quick. Instagram, Ladywing Designs, email, ladywingdesigns@gmail.com. Goodreads, if you want to follow me, Zakiya, the Walking Butterfly, and the one that I wanted to say a couple more things about. So I'll have a post that's it won't really be show notes, but it'll be kind of like a show notes post for this. That'll be on the blog. I will link directly to that in the description box below this video. And when you go over there, because I don't really know how many people use the blog, but if you ever want to know details or something, I have all of the projects over there. They're on their own page. So if you go to the blog, at the top, you'll see the home button. There's a button that says navigation. If you, like, again, have never been there and don't necessarily know like how I've got things organized, go to the navigation page. It's all written there, but really quickly, the archive is on the left sidebar. Well, that's my left. Yeah, anyway, it's on the left sidebar. It's really easy to find stuff. I've got a bunch of different tags for designers, for FOs, for show notes, all of that stuff. And then the most important part for us today, the WIPs. I have a separate page for each of my WIPs, and you can find those across the top. So home, navigation, and then everything after that is a WIP. It's the name of the pattern. So, of the actual patterns. So like I call Butterfly Effect Effie. Effie is not going to be up there. It's going to say Butterfly Effect. Anyway, click on those, and that's how you'll see when I like update the blog and everything for my WIPs. So all of these will be up there because they will all have officially been shown on the blog. So even if I'm not working on them, they'll still be up there. You can still go and look. Okay. That's everything I wanted to say at the beginning, I'm pretty sure. So let's jump in. Okay. I've got them all in alphabetical order. I'm not doing I just lost it. Stitch 9, there we go. I'm not doing the Stitch 9 challenge, so I won't be doing telling you that. I'm not doing Year of WIPs, so I won't be telling you that. This is literally just, here are my WIPs. Okay, first one is 12 Days of Stitchmas. Excuse the crinkling, everything is still in its bag. Yeah. So this is 12 Days of Stitchmas from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Oh, I must have been starting a new thread. Anyway. Yeah. Literally have not prepped any of these, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Anyway, so 12 Days of Stitchmas from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. This was a mystery stitch along. It came out a new part every 2 weeks. You got 2 baubles every 2 weeks. Yeah, and this is how far that I got on it. It's completely done now. This ran the end of 2018, and it's done now. So obviously I'm behind. But here it is. This is where I am. So hopefully I'll pick that up at some point because I would like to get this finished. I'm not a Christmassy person, but I would like to have this on the wall during the season. This is probably as festive as it's gonna get for right now. This is on 32 count cream Belfast from Zweigart. I'm using the called for DMCs, and this was it's the like official needle minder, but the front part of it broke off. I was being way too aggressive with it. So I have like both of the magnets on here. You can see I'm still using it as a needle minder, but I need to E6000 that back onto the magnet. So one. And I actually already know how many whips I have. So we're not really counting. And I probably won't continue counting. If anyone's wondering, I have 19. Or is it 18? There's 19 on that list. So 18. There we go. Okay. Next is arranging the orchestra. And this is from Ink Circles. This is what the pattern looks like. I love it. Yeah, so I'm also not going to be putting in pictures of what the pattern looks like. I'll try to have those on the blog. Some of the WIP pages already have them, some of them don't. But they'll all be there by the time you guys watch this. So if I have it, a cover picture, I'll show it to you. If I don't, just look at the blog. Or I might pop them in. I might do it this time. This is where I am. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what I'm thinking about. I just held that up there and it's like, dude, you got floss all in the way. Okay. There we go. There are 2 needles on this project. Okay, better. You guys can actually see. So you can see here's my false start. I started this way and yeah, that didn't go well. I messed up counting multiple times in a tiny spot. So I just flipped it around and started over. And I swear every time I pick it up, I have problems counting. So it's basically in timeout until I feel like looking at it again and fixing it. But I do have a note written in here for me to fix it before I keep going, so I won't forget. But yeah, that's where I am. I'm using DMC, which, is that the called for? I don't think it is. No, it's not the called for, but I'm using the DMC conversion that they have on there. And I love it. It's a really fun pattern. I need to stop trying to work on it while doing other things, apparently. Which sometimes I was just listening to Floss Tube and I would still mess it up. So, whatever. This is 32 count. Where's my tag? I just felt it. It's 32 count, or no, 30 count angel hair linen. And this is the called for fabric. And this is from Weeks Dye Works. So I love it. I love, 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 love this color. It definitely looks like parchment. If you wanted, like, yeah. I mean, there's if you want a parchment colored fabric, this is perfect. It's very vintage looking. Okay. Here's that. Next, so this is a giant piece of 16 count Aida that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I just use it for an assortment of projects, as you're about to see, because there are two on this. So this first one, yeah, I think I'll pop in pictures for you guys. Why not? Regardless. This next one is the Autumn Smile sampler from Stephanie of Lindy Stitches. So here's my small start on it. I only worked on it like a couple days, I think. I really would love to pick this one back up though. I liked working on it, and I really do want to finish that pattern. So that's where I am on that. I'm using the called for DMCs for that one. And then the next small start is Autumn Tree. Or actually it's just called Autumn. I put tree after it so that I know exactly what it is. But this is Autumn from Diana Shop Ukraine on Etsy. You can see I just have a tiny bit of the background started. I barely started this. Again, another one that I really want to get back to, because the autumn one I was super excited about. Plus I finished the summer tree, and I want to finish the series on this. I have so many series to finish, but there's that. Like I said, these are both 16 count white Aida. Okay. Might as well add them to the pile. Okay, and then next, one that you will have just seen. This is Butterfly Effect from Heaven and Earth Design, and the art is by Kate Powell. So this is where I am. Obviously, if you haven't noticed, I'm wearing the same clothes. It's the same day, because I've already said the date too. So literally have not touched this since you guys last watched it in the floss tube. So that's where that is. I've already finished. Ooh, oh, man. That hurt. I wish that I was awesome enough to like go back and put that clip in again in slow-mo, black and white. Just imagine it. Ow. Anyway, yeah, the first page was like all of this right here. It's like 200 something stitches. So working on, this is technically page 3. And as I've mentioned before, you can see it's going to end up looking black and white, even though I don't know. You guys can't see very well, but I've put in a picture before showing the colors in there. So that's the Butterfly Effect, also affectionately named Effie. This next one, all of these so far have just been in plastic bags, or like arranging for orchestras, the bag the pattern came in, because I can fit everything in there. I don't have quite enough sleeves yet. So this next one is, oh hey, I missed this needle minder. This next one is Eat, Sleep, Craft, Repeat. I'll hold this up some. And this is a pattern by Emma Congdon, aka Stitch Rovia. I started this for Stitch Mania Tour de Designers last year in, I think, September. And this is where I am on it. I'm probably close to 50% done, honestly. Because it's really just words, and eat and repeat are pretty quick. Yeah, I love it. So I've got sleep done, and I've got the outline of craft, and there's more of the banner and everything. And then, like I said, eat, repeat, there's a yarn ball. Need to finish this bobbin. It's coming along well. This is on 32 count antique white Belfast. Needle minder is from Sampling of Memories. I got it from the Alzheimer's sale for Bindi Stitchy. I think it was off the D-Stash page. No, it was an auction. Regardless, it's a sheep. I had to have it because it's a sheep. Okay, so that's that. I'm using all the called for DMCs. I think that's everything for that. Another one that I really want to get back to. Sorry. This bag is not cooperating. Okay, and then next, crowd favorite, Hogwarts Castle from a cross-stitch pattern. I'll hold it over here because there's nothing on that side of the Q-snap. So, this is where I am. I will put in, maybe not, I probably won't. Really, there's, I've showed you guys this before on the floss tube. I covered up a few of the stitches over here. So there's a little bit more than this, but it's just sky, so you're not really missing anything. But it is a little bit wider over here. So yeah. Again, like I said, you guys literally just saw this on the floss tube. I haven't added anything to it. This is page 9. Technically, it will be my 5th page when I finished it out of 35. Yeah, this is not my only full coverage piece, because the trees, these seasonal trees are also full coverage, but it's my biggest full coverage. So, loving it, of course. 16 count Ada, called for DMCs, needle minder from, I always forget, Snarky Crafter, and, yeah, that's right, from Snarky Crafter. If that's wrong, it'll be on the screen. I feel like that's wrong. This is from Silver Moon Sewing, the Grime Guard. This is not from Snarky Crafter. Simply Serving HK on one of them. Anyway, it's Simply Serving. There's a link on the blog. There are so many S's that I get stuff from. I get them all confused. Right? Yeah. Okay. Next is Hogwarts Crest, and it's in its bag still, but I keep it in this Martyr's Map sleeve from Love You More Studio. Or this is actually a snuggle. So this is Hogwarts Crest from Stitchering on Etsy. Love it. Been picking this one back up for, this was my 3rd ever start in cross stitch. So it's actually my oldest WIP. That makes this my oldest WIP because I've finished my 1st and 2nd start. Funny. It's only as old as June 1st, 2018 though, so it's not really that old, but it is my oldest WIP. So I've been picking this back up for School of Magical Stitches and Literature, as you all know. That's where I am. I blazed through Gryffindor when I started it. I finished up the Badger for Magical Stitches and have been working on, I started Slytherin over here. You can barely see part of that snake, or most of the snake. But I've started over there. I still need to finish like 4 shades of brown over here. All of this is not done. And this is the start of the banner that's along the bottom with the motto. So I've still got a good bit to go. I still have to do everything on this side and like all of this stuff at the bottom and finish over here, like I said. And then there's this top middle piece too. I haven't done any of that either. So, or barely any of it really. Yeah. This pattern is, it's a lot of full coverage. That's a lot of it too. It doesn't look like it's super huge, but it's a lot of full coverage. Because these are full coverage, so yeah. But I love it. It's nice to pick it back up again and just kind of work on it for however many stitches they tell me to, and then to put it back down. Um, it's nice because I do get tired of it pretty quickly. I need to come up with a better way, maybe. I don't even know if that's possible. I'm sure it is. I need a better way to work on it. I don't know. I said I was going to maybe try parking on this project, but I'm not quite sure. I might just keep working like I am. So, that project, oh my gosh, I'm destroying things now. Okay. Scoot the stack next to me, make it easier. So, next is my one and only Mirabilia pattern. Like I said in the last floss tube, I got this as a D-stash from another crafter on Ravelry. It was literally a full kit, everything except the needles and a needle minder, honestly, and some scissors. So this is the bag that came in, so I'm just keeping it in this. She had the pattern, all the floss. I bobbinated myself and put them on the project ring, but she did have all the floss. And as you can see, there are 3 different things of beads. They're all in here, and then, or hopefully you guys could see that, all the beads. And then the Krynic right there, that's also in there. So yeah. Oh, and the fabric also. Okay. So this is what it looks like. This is Miss Solar Ellipse from Mirabilia, designed by Nora Corbett. I love it. It's got butterfly wings on it, and they're already charted in my favorite colors. Like, it can't get any better. Well, it can. She could be brown skin, but I'm gonna do a skin and hair conversion on that, so it's already taken care of. I've already figured out the conversion, and I counted for them on my colors. So, yeah, so here's where I am on that, working in her skirt. This is just going to be a slow and steady. I love working on it. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it out or take it off of the Q-snap and put it away, but I do need to decide so I can put something else on here if I'm going to move on. And this is the called for fabric. Like I said, oh, guys, I'm literally beating myself up. Anyway, regardless. 32 count white Belfast linen, like I said, DMC, which are the called for colors. This needle minder is from Thrifty Thread NZ, and Grime Guard from Silver Moon Sewing. I'm loving this. So, yeah. Same thing as the floss tube, working on the ribbons. And I need to finish this color on this side of the ribbon. And then I will move on. I think I'm gonna, if I do keep this out and work on her, which I might, I'm gonna work on finishing her skirt. Because all of that is in the Q-snap frame right now. And then I'll move up and I can work on the wings and her head. Okay. Sorry for the noise and the crinkling. I could not get the Q-snap back in the bag. Next is Mr. and Mrs. Delicious. This is a pattern from, again, Stephanie of Lindy Stitches. You guys ready for my awesome start on this? None of these are even crossed yet. I didn't even go back. It's just half crosses. That you guys... Oh, okay, you can see them right there. That's it. And I actually need to go back and count again to make sure that I am in the right spot, because I got like finicky right after I did all of those. I was like, this doesn't look like it's in the right spot. So I have to go back and count, make sure that I have enough room and everything, and then I'll keep going. So I had started this for the turkey sale that Michelle Bindi Stitchy started. And then, yeah, did that. Started late, did that, and then never touched it again. But I'm gonna stitch them together. So in the picture that I put up of what it'll look like, you'll see that they were, I think she has them finished as two separate pillows. I'm going to stitch them together. I don't, like, right next to each other, I mean, as one piece. And then I'm not sure. I might maybe try to get someone to finish it as a pillow, like send it somewhere or something. Or I might just stick to framing it. I don't know. Haven't really thought about it yet because that line of half crosses is all I got done. But this is on 32 count pearl gray Belfast linen. And I love this color. Yeah, just need to get back to it. So, and you can see I didn't even like pull all the flosses. Those were the 4 that I had to go to the store to buy. So those are the 4 that I have. I never even kitted the rest of it up. Okay, so turkey salad. Next, this is from, oh, I'll have to put in a picture again because I just have the pattern. This is the Mythical Medieval Mansion Sal from Tiny Modernist, who designed the pattern. And it's a collaboration, I guess that's the right word, with Lakeside Needlecraft, who did the exclusive fabric. And I'll make sure that a picture of this is on the blog, because again, the fabric doesn't show up correctly. But you can kind of see sky, grass, and I will have already put in a picture too. So that picture is what it looks like after part 4. I think there are 6 parts. Yeah, there's 6 parts. And oh no, is it 6 or 7? I don't know. Anyway, that was part 4. So it's a mystery. You get each part, I think it's like every 3 weeks. I'm super behind. But anyway, that's the fabric. It'll fit. I wanted the exclusive fabric for sure. So this is all that I have on this project. Not too much. This is right in the middle. This one right here. This right there. These are like the 3 windows right here. And the center room, which is the door, is right under that. So I've worked over. I said I might eventually put this in the Q-snap and just do like one room at a time. Because I'm sure by the time I really pick it up and really like start working on it, all of the rooms will be done. So I could like pick it up and put this in the Q-snap and do this room and the outside stuff maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't been called to this project too much, but I do want to get back on it because I would love to have this done. I love, honestly, they got me with Mythical and Medieval. I love both of those. So and that is that. Oh, the fabric, like I said, is exclusive fabric for the pattern from Lakeside Needlecraft, which is in the UK. It's 32 count even weave. The colorway is Misty View. It's printed, oh, which you guys can see. So like it's plain white on the back, and on the other side it's got the print on it. I don't remember what needle minder is on that project. It doesn't matter. It'll be on the page. Okay, next, Moon Phases. And this is from the Witchy Stitcher. And that's all I have, just most of the full moon. This is so quick that it's pathetic that I haven't picked it back up. It really is. So, 16 count Black Ada that I had left over. I'm using, you can see in the design, I'll have put in a picture or whatever if I was going to. It's monochromatic, or it can be done monochromatic. I'm only going to use DMC 762. So that's that. It's a pearl gray. It's like very something pearl gray. Anyway, I just liked it better than doing a white. And then this needle minder says, oh, well, it's upside down. It says, I solemnly swear a lot. This one is the one that's from Snarky Crafter Designs. Yeah, so that's that. Not much to show because I haven't done much. Sorry, it gets stored in a different spot, so. Okay. So this is one of my finishes that you guys have already seen, but like I said, I still wanted to show it because at the beginning of the year, this was a WIP. So, yeah. And it doesn't really matter where I was. It was a WIP, it's now finished, and you can see it's still super wrinkly. So this is Pumpkin Hollow Farms from Little House Needleworks. I had started this in August for the stitch along that Priscilla and Chelsea started for it. You guys have seen it because it's pretty recent. And yeah, I pulled it back out for Magical Stitches, and then I got hooked on it because I fell in love with it all over again, and I finished it up. So it's all done. And I love it. I'm super excited to get this one framed. I need to get my booty in gear. Cannot believe I just said that. I swear I'm only 22. Okay. So anyway, Pumpkin Hollow Farms. It's done. Yeah, like I said, this is a recent finish, so if you've seen, you know. And this one I will link to the FO page for, because there is no longer a WIP page. So after I have finishes, I delete the page, I copy paste the information, and then make an FO post off of that, and then I delete the page for the WIP. So it doesn't have a page anymore, so I'll be sure to link to its FO post. 32 count light mocha Belfast linen from Zweigart. All DMC, some of them the suggested ones, some of them color conversions. The yellow for the sunflowers, and the words is a fancy floss. That's Sunflower from Color and Cotton. So, okay, that's that one. And then next was my birthday start from 2018. So I keep this in my Love You More studio. I'm pretty sure this is a Kindle size. It is. Yeah, but I just stuffed all the stuff for quotes down in it, and it works. So it's in here because, yeah. Anyway, quotes was on the Q snap, and then I took it off. Oh, that's just my floss list. Okay, my design stuff. Floss colors. Putting that back in there now. Actually, I can't. Okay, let's show you the project. That's the important part. So this is quotes to live by. Hey, I should take a full picture of this, which obviously I need to, now that I have it completely open. So this is Quotes to Live By, another one from Stitch Rovia, aka Emma Congdon. And this is what I have so far. So this is the full piece of fabric, if anyone was wondering. So that's the full piece. And you can see, I'll bring it in. So I started off with this teal outline here, and then I worked over on this stuff with the border so that I could start my borders. And I have finished, well, not completely. I'm almost done with the border on this left side. So this is a crazy border, but I love working on it. So there's, okay, you can kind of see the two different shades. There's one color, it's got a single column on the outside, and the other color right there on the inside. This right here is 2 colors. So that's 2 borders. Then the back stitch border, which I totally love working, that's so quick. And then there's this 2 color border. So that's 4. Oh my gosh. But I love it. And then down here you can see I just worked until I kind of got tired of doing each one, and then I would switch. So I've rounded the corner with that double blue border, and then I'm catching up with the other ones. So maybe I'll get this back out and work on it. I think that sounds like a good idea. Truthfully, that border is just calling to me. So then after I worked on the border a bit to get it started, because I was really excited to start on the border. So then I came back up to the header, which is it's part of part 1, because this pattern is split up in parts. So like I said, I'd already done this little detail stuff over here. So I came back, and now that I think about it, I actually still have to rip this out, because that's actually still wrong. But I need to finish this border, finish filling in, and yeah. I got a good bit done on this before I put it away, so maybe I will take this back out actually. Okay. So, biggest thing with this project is I did a color conversion. So the yellows that you saw in my palette, I am replacing some of the squares. I'm replacing the original pinks that were in there completely. Some squares I am leaving the pink, so that not all of it is yellow. Like, I don't mind the pinks, but I don't want so much of it the way that Emma had designed it, because I'm just not a pink person. And then some squares will have both the original pinks and the converted yellows. And I've got all that written down. I've already thought about it and stuff. And then some squares I'm also going to be, or some sections I'm also going to be changing the quotes. So, yeah. I'll be recharting those when I get to them. But, yeah, we've already started to see my yellow conversion in the header. And I love it. So I just need to pull this back out, of course. Like the rest of them, I really want to work on this some more. I love all of my WIPs. I just get distracted and keep finding new ones to fall in love with. So this fabric, I'll open it up again and hold it up. So this fabric is another printed fabric, actually. You can see it's clear on the back. This is iced coffee, and it's 32 count linen. Yeah, I love it. This is another one that I think would be really good if you needed like a vintage paper type color. I like this one too. So yeah, I think that's what I was going to say. And then the only other thing, this needle minder is one that I bought off of was it the D-Stash? No, I think I got this off of the auction, the live sale that she did. Michelle Bendy Stitchy for Alzheimer's. So gotta love the skulls, the sugar skulls. Okay, I really think I might actually pull this back out. I really want to work on that border now. So that is quotes. I don't know. No, I did say it. Quotes to live by. With my gorgeous yellow conversion. Okay. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned it. I said that it was Love You More Studio. It's a Kindle size. It's Quidditch at Hogwarts. So, yeah. I'm sure someone noticed, but I forgot to say it. Okay, almost done. 4 left? Yeah, 4 left. Almost there. So this next one is, there we go, is the September Cottage from the Cottage of the Month series from Country Cottage Needleworks. And I started with September. And all of these like seasonal pieces, this monthly series, I think I am going to keep working them in order. Mostly because my OCD will drive me insane if I do them out of order. So yeah, like, yes, it's January and this is September, but if I pick this back up, whenever it is, I can pick it back up next month. It's February, I'm still gonna start October next. Also because I bought 3 at a time, so I have September, October, November. So for that reason too, I will be starting October next. Yeah, I already have. So at the at the beginning, when I got those 3 patterns in, they're all. I'm pretty sure they're all the same size, or like if they're off by a stitch or two, like it's not that much of a difference. So I bought a giant piece of. This is 32 count light mocha Belfast linen. This is kind of my standard color, because I've said it already a couple times, and I still have another project on it. But light mocha Belfast. This is 32 count. I'm stitching 2/2. Anyway, so I bought a big piece of this fabric and I cut it up into 12 different sections. So I literally already have the fabric for each month. I just had, like, every time I start one, I'll just go in there, pull one out, and then I'm ready to go. And I really might pull this one back out and work on it because, excuse me, I just recently bought I bought the 6x6 Q-snap, but I'm not sure it'll all fit in frame, so I might have to put it on the 8x8. In which case, I'm not sure the fabric's big enough. I think it is. Not the point. I don't even know why I'm holding it way back there. So here's where I am on September. I already finished the word. The header is mostly done. I think there's another couple colors that need to go up there. And yeah, I'm working on it. So, I need to, yeah, I don't know. I might pick this one back up too. Oh my gosh. I might actually need some form of a rotation just because seeing all of these, I totally get it, what everyone says now. Seeing all of them, you want to pick them back up. September Cottage, Spring Beauty. Okay, so this one just got upgraded to a sleeve because I had some finishes in here and I took them out. Oh, so this is another Love You More Studio sleeve. I think this one is Creative is Messy. Yeah, anyway. It makes me laugh. I don't know if there's one that you can read. Creativity is messy, and I am very creative. If you guys could see my craft corner, it would. You guys know, you're all crafters too. So yeah, I need to figure out which one of my mini Ziploc bags with floss, but no pattern, writing, nothing. Need to figure out which one of those is the floss for this project, and then I'll put it in here too. So this, oh, darn it. Okay, we're gonna pause because I have the picture for this. So, hold on. Alright, so, I forgot to grab it. This next one is, excuse the wrinkles, whoops. Don't want to show you the pattern. One of the auctions that Michelle Bindi did for Alzheimer's, close to the end of last year, was for a full kit. By which I mean all the flosses, the fabric, and all 4 patterns out of this series that Barbara from Barbie's Pedal Pusher, or is it, I think it's Pedal Pusher Designs. Her Instagram is Barbie's Pedal Pusher. I think it's Pedal Pusher Designs is the name of the company. Anyway, I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about. So it's this little series, and it's a seasonal set. Like I said, I have all 4, and I started with Spring Beauty. So, Barbara sent all 4 patterns. Like I said, all the floss that I needed for all 4 of the patterns. And the winter one has 2 different colors conversions, or 2 different color schemes. And she sent the floss, like, so that I would be able to choose. So I have both of them, which is great. And she also coffee tea dyed this Monaco. It's 28 count Monaco. She coffee tea dyed it herself. Oh my gosh, I love it. I totally get why Priscilla and Chelsea use this. Like, it definitely is a stiffer fabric. And it's just nice. And I love this coffee tea dyed, which I knew. I just haven't tried it yet. I don't really like using my oven for stuff, if you want me to be honest. Um, everything in this apartment is kind of faulty. So anyway, y'all, we had a struggle with the dishwasher yesterday. It was making some weird noise, and we literally just turned it off so that we could watch TV. Like, so I should check on the dishes. Anyway, not the point. You guys don't care about that. I need to solve my life issues another time. Barbara also included this needle minder, so I'll go ahead and show it because it's over here. I, I love that needle minder. I need to steal that needle minder and put it on something else so I can use it. I think, okay, making sure I got all my stitching in view. That is all that I have on this. The outline of a couple of the clouds and this wind. You can see I had the flosses still on here. I thought I was going to come back to it, and then I never did. But it's there. And it actually works out perfectly. So she gave me enough fabric to do all four, which, you know, would only make sense. After she gave me all the floss and all the patterns and stuff, right? So I measured the whole piece, and then I was like, well, let's just make this easy. Each pattern on a quadrant, it will work. So that's what we're gonna do. So you can see I started spring in this one. I don't know which order I'll do them in. Honestly, I might even, because I'm gonna center them on each quadrant, I might even just leave this and just frame this entire thing as one piece. That wasn't in the plan. I was gonna cut them out and, you know, like change them out with the seasons or whatever, but I don't know. I might just leave it as one giant piece and have it as like a look at this house through all four seasons. I don't know. This is a big piece of fabric, so that would take up a lot of wall space. So I don't know. I need to finish one before, and plus I'm probably going to finish all four of them before I even cut the fabric. They'll all stay together. So that is that. Like I said, she sent all the DMCs that I needed for it, so I'm using those. 28 count coffee tea dyed Monaco. I think that's it. And there's her name also. Whoops, it's the pattern there. So put that in there. Go find the floss later. Okay, second to last is housed in my Love You More Studio sleeve. And Moon Phases is actually also in here. That's what I was putting it back in earlier. This is my temperature quilt from Stitchin' Mommy. So if you've seen other people doing temperature balloons or temperature garden, those are the most popular ones, I think, that I can think of. Other people are also doing temperature quilt. Stitchin' Mommy has a few patterns for temperature styles, stitch-alongs. So I am doing mine, like I said, the quilt version. This is days 1 through 28 of January. Caught up this morning. So each day has a little square. The top part up here is the high for the day, and the bottom part is the low for the day. And then I have my list of colors. So I did my own temperature ranges, and then I used the 20 colors that she had already in the pattern. I've changed some of them because I'm working from stash. I added one towards the top because I needed an extra color after I'd redone the ranges for what I wanted. Yeah, which, you know, it doesn't really matter. Like, everyone's is going to be unique. So I am going to do mine. Each temperature each day is based off of wherever I was for that day. So far, all of these are Tuscaloosa, because I've been in Tuscaloosa all of 2019 so far. But like when I go home to Tennessee to visit my parents, or if I go visit my brother, or if I go to Mississippi to see family, or if I go on retreats, you know, whatever, wherever I am for that day, I will stitch the temperature for that place. So it's more like it's more accurately like what I've dealt with for the year, if that makes sense. Yeah, and then I'm using like some people like today's the 29th. Some people have already done the 29th because they use the predictions. I want to be super technical. So I wait, like I started this on January the 2nd because I waited until the next day so that I could go online and look up the temperature, and it's the actual high and our actual low because the day's over, so they would know that, right? Um, which, you know, to each his own. That's just the way that I want to do it. And there was something else that I was going to say. Oh, I use AccuWeather.com to find my temperatures. They have where you can go to the city and then you can go to month outlook. Because I was looking at stuff for my parents' town, like from last year, because we were talking about temperatures and how cold it was. So I use that. And I think that's what I'm going to use all year. Want to be consistent, right? Oh, 32 count light mocha Belfast linen, my standard. Because so this pattern actually has you stitch a background to make it look like like a quilt. I was not doing that. Some people are, more power to them. I just no. I just wanted to make it easy, stitch my squares. So since this is kind of my backup fabric anyway, I use this as the background because one, she has two different kind of backgrounds on there where one you could do black. Essentially, you could do whatever color you wanted, but one of them she has where you stitch a black background, and one of them you stitch a background that's close to this color. So I just decided I would use a fabric this color and not do the background because that is easier. Oh, darn, one more thing, I forgot. My needle minder, spin the wheel needle minder from Thrifty Thread NZ. Same place I got the skull doll Matryoshka. So, okay, and then wow, this is almost an hour. That's crazy. Okay, last one I will have to pop in a picture of. And this was my first finish for 2019, so I'll just pop in the picture of my finish. And again, for this one, I will link to its FO post because it doesn't have a WIP page. So this is You Are My Density, there we go, from the Witchy Stitcher. She designed and was selling this pattern in support. I'm sure she'll still keep selling the pattern, but for the month of January, she's donating, at least January, she is donating 100% of the pattern sales to the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research because Michelle Bindi has been doing fundraising for that this month, so Meg joined in on that and gave us this pattern. So, yeah, and that was a picture of my finish. I don't have it to show to you because if you guys have watched Michelle's, well, if you watched her, I know she mentioned it in her Stitch With Me, and it was on her Instagram. I donated it to that for the auction because it wasn't really something that I was going to hang up in my apartment. I've never seen Back to the Future. Therefore, I'm not necessarily, like, I can't say I'm a fan. It's not really in my plan to watch it anytime soon. Yeah, so I just wanted to stitch it for the fun of it and to support, so I donated it. One of you lucky people will have it. Yeah. Anyway, so that was my last WIP. So 19 total, no, 18 total, and I've already finished 2. Although 4 new starts, and one of which was already finished because I started You Are My Density on the 1st, on January 1st. So yeah, that is all of my WIPs. It's not a ton. It still took me an hour. I don't know how, but whatever. You guys are getting this video. I feel pretty good though. I feel in a good spot. Like I said, I love all of my WIPs. I need to come up with a better way to touch more of them. I didn't really want to do a rotation because I thought it was going to throw me off, but maybe I should look into it. yeah. Now I have to go figure out what I'm going to stitch on because now I just want to work on everything. So until next week, I'll see you guys for the next floss tube. Happy stitching!